The Lord said to Arjun, I shall recount to you again that supreme knowledge which is the noblest of all knowledge, and, having possessed which, sages have escaped from worldly bondage to achieve the ultimate perfection. They who have achieved my state by seeking shelter in this knowledge are neither born at the beginning of creation nor alarmed in the event of doom. O Bharat Arjun, like the great Creator is my eight-propertied primal nature, the womb of which I fertilize with the seed of consciousness by which all beings are shaped. The eightfold nature, O son of Kunti, Arjun, is the mother that bears all the beings of different births, and I am the father that casts the seed. The three nature-born properties, sattva, rajas, and tamas, O the mighty-armed Arjun, bind the imperishable self to the body. Of the three properties, O the sinless Arjun, the purifying and enlightening sattva binds one to the desire for joy and knowledge. Know, O son of Kunti Arjun, that the property of rajas, born from desire and infatuation, binds the self with attachment to action and its fruits. Rajas, an embodiment of passion, inclines one to action. And, O Bharat Arjun, know that the property of tamas, which deludes all beings, arises from ignorance and binds the soul with carelessness, sloth, and slumber. Whereas the property of sattva motivates one to joy, rajas prompts to action, and tamas veils knowledge and drives one to carelessness. And, O Bharat Arjun, just as sattva grows by overcoming the properties of rajas and tamas, tamas grows by overpowering rajas and sattva, and the property of rajas grows by suppressing tamas and sattva. When the mind and senses are suffused with the light of knowledge and consciousness, it should be taken as a sign of the growing strength of sattva. When the property of rajas is ascendant, O the best of Bharat Arjun, greed, worldly inclination, the tendency to undertake action, restlessness, and desire for sensual pleasures arise. When there is an upsurge of tamas, O Kuranandan Arjun, darkness, disinclination to duty which ought to be done, carelessness, and tendencies that engender infatuation arise. If the soul departs when the property of sattva is dominant, it attains to the pure worlds of the virtuous. If he meets with death when rajas is presiding, he is born as one of the humans who are attached to action, and he is born in the form of unintelligent beings if he leaves the body when tamas is prevailing. While righteousness is said to be the pure outcome of action that is governed by sattva, the outcome of rajas is sorrow, and the outcome of tamas is ignorance. Knowledge arises from the property of sattva, greed, beyond any doubt, from rajas, and carelessness, delusion, and ignorance from tamas. Whereas they who dwell in sattva ascend to higher worlds, they who sojourn in rajas remain in the middle, the world of men, and they who abide in the meanest of properties, tamas, are doomed to the lowest state. When the soul, that is a mere witness, does not see anyone besides the three properties as doer, and when he knows the essence of the Supreme Spirit, who is beyond those properties, he attains to my state. Transcending the properties that are the germ of the gross corporal body, and liberated from the miseries of birth, death, and old age, the soul achieves the ultimate bliss. Arjun said, "Tell me, O Lord, the attributes of the man who has risen above the three properties, his manner of life, and the way by which he transcends the three properties." The Lord said, "The man, O Pandav Arjun, who neither abhors radiance, inclination to action, and attachment that are generated respectively by the operations of sattva, rajas, and tamas when he is involved in them, nor aspires for them when he is liberated, and who, like a dispassionate onlooker, is unmoved by the properties, and is steady and unshaken by dint of his realization that these properties of nature but abide in themselves, and who, ever dwelling in his self, views joy, sorrow, earth, stone, and gold as equal, is patient, and evenly regards the pleasant and the unpleasant, slander and praise, and who puts up with honor and dishonor, as also with friend and foe, with equanimity, and who gives up the undertaking of action, is said to have transcended all the properties. And the man who serves me with the yoke of unswerving devotion overcomes the three properties and secures the state of oneness with God. For I am the one in which the eternal God, immortal life, the imperishable Dharma, and the ultimate bliss all abide.